no, because where have you been? No, imagine, but here's the trade of the day. We got an absolute banger trade caught on a live. Here's the proof right here. We had entry at 724 of about 830 bucks. Ended up moving this a little more. Made somewhere around, I think I literally ended up making around 830, but anyway, at very least 730. As you guys see, that was the trade of the day. I'll get into the full breakdown literally right now. It was a long on NQ last night in Asia session. Caught it on TikTok live, but yeah, let's get into it. We got a clean chart here, so I'm gonna go down like the full breakdown of it. So going into the session, what do we have? We had this swing high. It was the previous days. It was previous day high, also previous day Asia session high. This was kind of like the high. This was kind of like the area I was looking for a possible short. We had also this 15-minute fair value gap right here above that high. So a lot of things were stacking up right above that high for us to get a quick sweep of that previous day high into that 15-minute gap. Look for a possible PO3 short, right? So that was like one of our main areas for a possible short. However, ES ES was already not only above this high, but it was above this high. So we had a super huge SMT, right? So ES was way up here, way above these highs. So I kept that in mind. I'm like, okay, well, price maybe it'll reverse before this high, before this, because ES is already taking out all those highs. So make sure you guys are looking at ES, checking that out. Make sure you keep that in mind. But that's besides the point. The main thing was we had that top area we want to look. We also had this bullish 1 hour fair value gap for a possible continuation PO3 into that high. So this was honestly the big area I wanted to look for, because I wanted to see this area for a clean nice short. It would be NQ sweeping the internal, even though ES was way above these, but even though I wanted to see NQ get a quick sweep of the internal. But that's besides the point. That's just what we were kind of looking for going into the new 4 hour candle. Also, I wanted to keep this in mind, or like in the live we had this in mind, that the 15-minute bullish gap got inversed. We created a 15-minute BPR up here. So first of all, let's get that 15-minute BPR marked out. Also, if we play out a few candles, we formed this 15-minute gap right here. We tested it, and we headed lower. The reason I didn't instantly just want to jump into shorts after this 15-minute gap test was, one, because I wanted a very clean PO3 and I wanted the bias to be obvious. Why would I not take this? Because the R to R is skewed. We have an hourly bullish value gap. We have a 15-minute BPR. So shorting from here just felt like a very bad RR. If it did go right, excuse me, we would have hit this very quick. Not much of an R to R there, but there's a possibility we tested the top BPR. So just not a trade I was interested in. But as you can see, it did end up testing us into that 1 hour BPR, or the 1 hour fair value gap. From here, guys, this was the main area. If you guys were in the live, by the way, I stream every single night on TikTok live for Asia session, and then also in the Discord. And you guys will see later that in the Discord, everyone ate off this trade. We do New York session, which is my main session. We do New York session every single morning in the Discord. So if you guys aren't in there yet, just drop a comment, or not even drop a comment. Go to my bio, look in the description, whatever you need to do to join the Discord, and type from YouTube in the chat, and I'll let you guys into the free premium. But that's where we trade live every single day. But that's besides the point. We were testing this 1 hour gap. Also, price action was honestly looking bearish. We had a 15-minute BPR form. We have a 15-minute gap form. We tested the 15-minute gap, continued lower, shifted structure, whatever you want to call it. However, the hourly time frame. This was the hourly gap. Look at this hourly close. They wicked it, closed back within. So from here, I'm still not bearish. A lot of people, everything was lining up bearish with a huge SMT. Everything was getting inverse. Yeah, maybe you could be bearish. I wasn't bearish because this hourly held. The last step I wanted to see for me to look for my PO3 entry that you guys know and love. It's all over my channel. If you guys haven't checked it out, I have videos all over it, recaps explaining it, just like this one. Also some education. But in order for me to look for my PO3, I wanted to see this bullish 1 hour FEG get inversed and then see a re-PO3 entry for it. But it just held it way too strong. I didn't get the inverse. So from here, my bias is still neutral. I don't have a strict bias. What happened again, though, we formed another 15-minute bearish gap right here. It also was a tiny little BPR at the top of it as well. But these were the two bearish gaps going forward. We were holding the hourly, like I just showed you guys. The hourly had a super strong candle. It wicked and didn't close. It didn't inverse this hourly. So from here, I'm still willing to play either side. And like I told you guys earlier, this was that main internal high into the zone, was the main area I wanted to end up possibly looking for a short. But what happened? All this being said, we had our key areas marked out. It held the hourly. What did it do? It instantly inversed it. So from here, if you guys were in the TikTok live, you guys remember, I was like, guys, everything is lining up for a bullish move at the very least back to this BPR, right? We got the 15-minute CST. We got the 15-minute IFEG. Everything was lining up bearish before that, but we held the hourly, got a 15-minute inverse. Everything's starting to look good for a move at least back to this BPR. So as you guys will see in a second, this was TP1 because that 15-minute BPR was where price could possibly start to head back lower again. But what happened here, we inversed the 15-minute. That doesn't mean I just jump in the trade. We held the hourly gap. We inversed the 15-minute. A lot of people just jump into the trade. With my strategy, I trade the PO3 for our kind of CRT. I call it the full circle strategy. Like I said, I have videos explaining the full strategy, but we jumped down over to the 5-minute chart. And as you can see, at this point, we inversed that 15-minute. I told him, I want to see my PO3 entry model. So what I want to see it get the accumulation, manipulation into a higher time frame POI, and then a distribution. So any sort of higher time frame POI at this point goes. Like I'm willing to go 1 minute PO3 entry model on a trade like this because everything already lined up. So we have this 5-minute fair value gap here. So this counts as a higher time frame fair value gap, guys. And as you'll see, that's what we want to look for. We want to look for any sort of 1 minute accumulation. So if we drop down to the 1 minute, we see as soon as we inverse the 15-minute, we form this little accumulation range. That's all I needed to see. So we marked this out on the live. I said, guys, here it is. Here's our accumulation range. We have a bare minimum TP at this area up here. We need to see it manipulate and hold though. So what ended up happening? Boom, first candle looked beautiful. We manipulated exactly into that 5-minute gap. So you can kind of look at this as the accumulation wick right there. But as you guys will see, and as you guys know, the last step is accumulation, manipulation, distribution, obviously with all the other things lined up. You want to see the CISD or the IFEG for the entry. So we had the CISD marked. I was like, guys, if we close above this, I'm going long. Make sure you guys get in with me. This is a beautiful trade. But here's what happened, guys. They retested the low, and what happened? Jump to the 5-minute chart. Jump to this 5-minute chart. That 5-minute fair value gap we had marked out for the potential PO3. Let's play one more candle. They closed below it, so they inversed the 5-minute gap. At this point, what happened? We didn't quite hit the high. We formed a 15-minute gap, held the 15-minute gap, came down, inversed the bullish gap, then held the bullish gap, inversed the bearish gap, and then inversed the bullish gap. So at this point, I'm like, guys, this setup's a little iffy. It drops all the way down to like a B+ setup. This looks like price action we don't want to be trading. However, look what happened. This 15-minute, so we had the 5-minute marked right here that got inversed that we wanted to see it hold for the PO3, but the 15-minute inverse, so this 15-minute gap, the 15-minute bearish gap that got inversed that like told us, okay, we held the hourly, we inversed the 15-minute, now let's look for our PO3 full circle strategy. It ended up holding. So they wicked it, didn't close below the inverse. They held that. So let's go back to the 1 minute. I was like, guys, okay, this starting to get a very suspect. We closed below that 5-minute gap, so at this point it's like a B+ setup. What I want to see from here, because they ended up holding the inverse gap, it still has to come all the way back up here for me to see an entry. I need to see it get the CIC after accumulation, manipulation into a higher time frame gap. I need to see a CISD for my entry. So what happens next? Let's play some candles. They showed some great momentum. Oh, I actually played one too many candles, but this was the candle right here that finally got the CIC after accumulation, manipulation, and then we wanted to play the distribution. You guys know I trade the PO3, like I said, all the videos on my channel. I trade it live every single morning in my Discord. If you guys aren't in the free Discord yet, it's in the description. Go in there and type from YouTube in the public chat. I'll let you guys into the free premium if you guys say from YouTube in the public chat. But yeah, guys, that inverse right, or that CIC right there was the confirmation that we were ready to bounce out of this inverse and out of that 5-minute. We got the PO3, CISD, and boom, this is where I called it the long and the live, guys. We called it all live, multiple people ate. That's what I want to show you. But you guys, this is the candle. As you see on the side there, 73250. 73250. Yep. And then I told him specifically. I said, guys, I'm taking 5 micros on this. It's a B+ setup, 5 micros. Stops at the manipulation lows, which is a 15-point stop. It's only $150 risk. And as you guys can see, minimum TP. This is also what I told him. That 15-minute BPR from earlier. 15-minute BPR, very crucial area. We need price to get through there for a bigger push. So this was a 1-to-1 R. TP1 was this BPR right here. So I told him, at that TP1, this is where you guys need to manage. If you're happy with your profits, take profits. If you're not happy with your profits, move stops to break even when we hit that TP1, or scale out half. So take out half, hold the other half for runners. But this was the TP1 area. Obviously from there, we wanted to see that top gap that I mentioned earlier. It was the swing high, previous day high, into a 15-minute zone. And it was also like the equilibrium was like, or like the CE of this gap was like up in this area. So like this was our like second or third TP was like way up here. So we're just going to have that marked for now. Just about 55 points on that second TP there. 55 points over a 3.5 R. An absolute beautiful trade, but you guys will see how it plays out here in a second. Before that, I want to show you guys. Obviously, you guys saw the proof earlier. I made just about over 800 bucks on this trade. 724. I got a little bit of a better entry on this one than them, but 724, and the CIC entry I called out was at 732, and as I said, the TP's up here, and you guys will see as I play this out, zero drawdown. This thing didn't even go $1 into the negative before absolutely ripping to that first TP. Like I said, this was that 15-minute VPR first TP. I told everyone live, manage, manage, manage. If you're not happy with your profits, move stops to break even, just like this. If you are happy with your profits, take them. If you want to secure some but don't want to move break even, secure half. Take out half. If you were in 10, take out 5 and hold the other 5 for the runners for our extended targets into that top zone that we had marked out earlier. So what happened? I told them everyone to manage here. And first of all, or actually let's continue to play this out. You guys will see we get a little reaccumulation right here at the first TP, which was expected. Like I said, there was a reason this was our first TP at that 1-to-1 R, because this was a super like nice area for shorts possibly. But we were in these nice beautiful longs that set up for my strategy, and after this big accumulation range, they finally got a crazy push out of it, heading towards that high. It achieved that high and even achieved that next TP right here in a second. It has another reaccumulation range, but then it gets an absolutely crazy push, guys. Absolutely beautiful trade. But yeah, you guys can see it smashed that TP2. Runners even went past TP2. You guys will see, yeah, like right here, another huge push. Like we caught a crazy move in the market, over 80 points on NQ with not one tick of drawdown on the call out with this PO3 setup with my full circle strategy. Absolutely beautiful. Make sure you guys are tuning into the Discord, man. The Discord's completely free. I give out premium for free to literally everyone. So if you guys aren't in there, you're completely missing out. And on that note, I wanted to show you guys, for one, 800 bucks for me, just with 5 micros, like I said, like I called out. And then the more important part, yeah, I made 500 bucks. You had this. This is that free Discord that I'm telling you is in the description that you guys can all get into if you type in from YouTube in the Discord. Look at these guys, man. This was my thing. W live stream. Scroll up and see all the guys that hit TP on the call out. So this was that same picture I'm showing you guys, was me up 800 on that trade, right? We scroll up. Yes, sir. God bless. My boy here, 2,000 bucks on that trade. We scroll up. My boy Dev, 400 bucks with 3 micros, man. Crazy move on NASDAQ. My boy right here, $2,700. I mean, we all ate on this trade. It's absolutely beautiful. If you guys aren't in this Discord, you're missing out. It's completely free. The premium's free as long as you say you're from YouTube in the chat. But yeah, 1.2 thousand for my guy here. We can keep on going. My boy Farrell, he's an OG. Made 1,500 on that. Updated since I got back in. 1,500 from my boy right here. Like, look, and here's further proof. My boy here, he made 200, but he's literally watching my live stream while in the trade. So it was a beautiful call out, great trade. If you guys want to watch the Asia session lives, I go live on TikTok every single night on TikTok. But New York session is my main session. It's where I take my most trades, my best trades. It's where I copy trade my main expresses. New York session I trade in the Discord. So make sure you guys are joining here, man. That's just some social proof, some student proof from today. Like I said, it's all free too. It costs no money for you guys. So if you guys are interested in leveling up, learning my strategy, and just leveling up in the markets, give my free Discord a check. And yeah, I mean, super great day. I mean, as you guys can see on that PO3 right there, a lot of people, there's so many like possible entries people could have taken, but what I like to do, I preach patience, man. Patience pays. So as you see, there was all these little gaps we could have formed, we could have took off of. I waited for my A+ setup. I waited for my rules to show up, and then I executed. And what happened because of that? Zero drawdown on the trade. Instantly went to TP. Caught a crazy move on NASDAQ overnight, man. As you guys saw, over 800 bucks. So great day. Everyone that caught it, thank you guys for showing up to the live and trusting me. Let's keep killing it. We're on like a 3-week win streak. If you want to see some of the other recaps and other proof of all my other trades, it's on my YouTube. So just go to my YouTube channel, drop a sub if you like what you're seeing, and watch the other videos. We made like, what, 4K last week. We're up over 5K on the month. All the recaps and proof are all over my YouTube. And if you want to catch them with me, watch me do it live. Like I said, join the free Discord in the description. Type from YouTube in the public chat, and let's keep killing it, y'all. Peace out. Make sure you sub and like if you like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.